Hello, Bobcats, and welcome to another episode of The Sage. I'm Jenny Tucker.
And I'm Haili Ballard. Today we are looking at an informative piece on why renewable energy is so important.
We'll get an update on the new trend surrounding AirPods.
And we'll get a closer look into senior Ethan Stark's passion to creating music.
And an update on Varsity Academic League's first time making it to playoffs. All coming up on today's edition of The Sage.
Flooding and climate change is becoming a bigger and bigger issue as time passes.
Bella Niems and Matthew Thornton were able to create an informative PSA on how our daily lives are in danger of being affected by climate change.
On an average day, Matt wakes up and turns on the heat, gets ready, takes a shower, drives his car to school, comes home, uses a stove, maybe turns on the heat again. Then to unwind, he does his favorite thing, heads out to the beach for an afternoon surf. But what he doesn't realize is that his typical everyday routine is ruining his ocean. In the next 100 years, the sea level is predicted to rise a half meter. Flooding has increased by over 1,000% in coastal towns like North Carolina. 15 out of 16 famous surf destinations have seen a downward trend in wave heights since the late 70s. 52% of glaciers have melted since 1972. This very beach that holds his childhood memories will be washed away, along with his passion to surf. So what can he do? He can make the change that reflects our future. With energy-efficient appliances, solar-powered homes, electric cars, and even just planting a few trees in the backyard. Be the change you wish to see in the world.
Speaking of modern-day challenges, I've been having a lot of trouble untangling my headphones recently. Jenny, can you help?
Or you could just use these AirPods.
Oh, thanks.
Here's Zach Metzger and Noah Secades with the new trend.
Totally get it. Yeah. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, see you later. And what seems like ages ago, the iPhone 7 was released in September of 2016. One of the revolutionary changes that the smartphone brought to the counter was the absence of the headphone jack. Apple used this change to push the sales of Bluetooth products. 3 months later, in December of 2016, AirPods were released, Apple's first ever Bluetooth earbuds. While to many they seemed like the reasonable solution for the absence of the input, the only problem was the price.
We talked with an earbuds user as well as several AirPod owners to get their opinions on the differing products.
For $150, I mean, it is expensive, but I think they are worth it if you use them a lot. Yeah.
Seriously, like $150 for that, for like two little small things, right? You know, like it's not worth it. Like in comparison to like something else that you can get for half the price. Like that's literally what I got, and they work just as fine, if not better.
I use my AirPods like most of my time here at school, and then like an hour or two outside of school. I'd recommend AirPods because they're wireless and it's like really easy to just use.
I have nothing against like the actual like devices themselves. It's just like one like these actually have like really good bass.
I think it's nice how they're wireless, so you can go anywhere, and they have a good range, so you can go away from your device and still be listening to music or whatever you're connected to. I think they're gonna last a while. It depends if I lose them, but I think I'm gonna be pretty good at not losing them. So no, most teachers don't mind if you listen to music.
Because I'm just able to have like one in and like one out, so I can listen to teachers and do my work at the same time. I work on my own, and they just let me do my work.
While students enjoy listening to music with AirPods, we also got a teacher's perspective to see if they're appropriate to listen to in class.
For me, I've always had like the more lax side of headphones, AirPods. In my teaching experience, it's never been a huge issue. I think the distracting thing with them is that you don't know when they're on or off.
Whether you're an earbuds user or an AirPods owner, sales will continue to increase on the product, and students are going to keep listening to them in class. From The Sage, I'm Noah Secades.
And I'm Zach Metzger.
Thank you, Zach and Noah.
Speaking of music, Have you ever checked out Ethan Stark's SoundCloud? He creates his own music.
Wait, really? That's so cool.
Yeah, actually, Maddie DeVilbiss went to Ethan's studio set up the other day to find out more.
Many students at Sage Creek know senior Ethan Stark and his passion outside of school. Stark likes making music along with different kinds of beats on his free time and hopes to carry this on to college. I've had the opportunity to get to know Ethan as well as learn how he pursues his passion for music.
I want to be like a music producer. Ideally, I want to have my own record label, but we'll get there, so we'll see. But right now I'm just making instrumentals and just songs in general. So I first got interested in producing music like probably 2 years ago when I got a demo software, and then from then I've kind of just kept on using it and making more beats and instrumentals. I play basically guitar and ukulele, and then I have this keyboard, which isn't really a piano, but I know how to use it, so half piano, I guess. I've probably made like on my computer over 200, and then it crashed like a year ago, so probably like 400 or 500, but they're not like all finished, but yeah, there's a lot. I try to do it every day. I usually end up losing track of time and doing it for like 3 hours every night.
I also spoke to Stark's parents to get an idea of what they thought of his path into the music industry.
I think I first noticed it when he was in 7th grade, and we had just come back from traveling for a year. Just moved back to California. He had a new school, and he got an electric guitar from his grandma-grandpa. And I'm looking forward to seeing what else he makes as well.
PVC pipe and blankets. It's a little much. But very creative that he built all that stuff himself.
I think it's really interesting seeing kind of this journey of playing music and kind of where it's taking him, and then also seeing where he's going to go with it in college, because I think it's something he really enjoys. And I think when you enjoy doing something, you have a passion, like you spend time at it.
I'm planning on majoring in music production, so hopefully or in music business, so hopefully that'll take it on to college and make it into a career. Check out my SoundCloud, because there's soon to be some bangers on there, so stay tuned.
This has been Maddie DeVilbiss reporting for The Sage.
Thanks, Maddie. I'll definitely check out some of Ethan's songs once I get home.
Next, we're going to get a closer look at Academic League, a club on campus similar to Jeopardy and Quiz Bowl.
The Varsity Academic League won against Carlsbad High School and made it to playoffs for the first time ever last week.
Here's Tristan Hoffman with more.
Hey Bobcats, Tristan Hoffman here with Academic League stars Hannah Nguyen, Joe Fox, and Kenny Nguyen, who just won their league championship against Classical Academy and will be moving on to semifinals on May 6th. Kenny, you being team captain and also being on Academic League for 4 years, how has the team improved these past 4 years?
Well, we've been focusing a lot more during our practices with different Quizlets and stuff like that, and as a team, we've been like really focusing on our strengths, so like each member knows what they're doing, and I think that's just been really helpful so far.
Awesome. Joe, so unfortunately last year you guys weren't able to move past league. How does it feel this year to be going to semifinals?
It's really exciting, and I'm really looking forward to it, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm glad that we made it this year. Yeah.
All right, and Hannah, what's your guys' goal for semifinals on May 6th?
Well, we got seeded against the best team, Del Norte, so our main goal is just to at least beat them and move on to the next round.
All right, well Bobcats, you heard it here first. I'm Tristan Hoffman with Academic League Champions.
Thanks, Tristan. I was in Academic League last year, Haili, and I have to say, I'm so happy that they finally made it to playoffs.
Speaking of competition, Taylor Riley has a few updates for us regarding this week's sports and announcements.
You like to play your own game. Cover it up, don't let them know what you're thinking. I bet you never tell them how it feels.
Hey Bobcats, I'm Taylor Riley with sports. Baseball came off of a strong week. Stephen Klinsky led the team to a win versus Torrey Pines 1-0. He won a complete game with 2 hits. Additionally, both JV and varsity won their NCC tournaments over the weekend. Last Friday, boys volleyball won 3-0 against LCC, and Jerem Porter was awarded player of the game. Last Saturday, softball unfortunately lost against La Jolla Country Day at their tournament, but went out with a fight. On Friday, boys lacrosse went 9-2 against Lincoln High, and their next home game is today at 7 against RBB. Don't forget to show up and support your fellow Bobcats. Boys tennis beat San Pasquale on Monday 12-6. They play at SDA tomorrow. Last Thursday, girls lacrosse dominated Mission Hills with a 12-1 win. On Thursday, baseball faces RBV away and again Saturday at home. This is it for this week's sports and announcements. Good luck to all the SCHS teams this week. Make sure you're staying up to date with all the recent sports and scores and games on our site. This has been Taylor Riley reporting for The Sage. Now let's send it back to the anchors.
Thanks so much, Taylor.
We wish good luck to all our Bobcats in their upcoming games and to our Sage reporters competing at the annual Student Television Network Convention in Seattle later this week.
That's all we have for today, Bobcats. Make sure to head over to thesagenews.com for all our news stories.
And don't forget to follow @TheSage Publication and @TheSage Sports on Instagram.
This has been Haley Ballard
and Jenny Tucker reporting for The Sage.